with spinning. Not many people spin today in the United States, but hand spinning is done all over the world today. We do have spinners and weavers in the United States, but they generally work on a sort of a special project. They might make a present for somebody, or they might make fiber art. But back in your great-grandparents' day, and their grandparents before them, everybody in the family would have to pitch in to do things by hand, just so you would have sheets and blankets and baby diapers, and you would really have to make these things for yourself. And children would be expected to help with this process. And there are a lot of things that you could do. You might start spinning by the age of 4. You would start to be taught how to do these things. So certainly by the time you get to your age, you would be doing a lot of this work, and I will show you some things that you might be doing. We're going to start with spinning some wool. I love to spin with wool. Wool is very friendly. In some ways, it has little scales all over it, and you wouldn't see those unless you looked under a microscope, but you sure can feel them. Nobody really likes to wear wool next to their skin. It's itchy and scratchy. That's those little scales, but those little scales also help to hold your fiber together, so it makes it easier for you to learn to spin with it. So I just want to show you the difference between wool and cotton. They look sort of similar at this point, but if you take the wool and kind of stretch on it, you'll see that it has lots of fibers within these kind of lumpy places, but they're long and they kind of want to cling to each other. And actually that's what makes spinning easy with wool. Cotton, by contrast, looks the same, but guess what? Oh no, it has all these little tiny fibers. They don't particularly want to stick together, and it makes it a little bit difficult to spin as a first project. So we're going to work with wool, and that's what is in your kits. You have some wool yarn, and we also have some wool for spinning. Do we all know where wool comes from? From a sheep, right? And do we all know that in the greater Greenbrier Valley, almost every farm family had sheep? So many of the things they used were made from wool. This isn't a cotton growing area, it's too cold, but everybody had sheep, and you can even make baby diapers from wool. So as far as getting from the wool to a finished product, that might take a year. Sometimes more if you're making a big bed covering. But to get from, say, the sheep to a pair of socks that would be knit up, it might take a year. There's a lot of steps involved. It's a long process, and of course you children would be involved in that process.